Big Cat Rescue, and Julie gave me your number. She said that you couldn't get a picture of the bobcat because the gate was shut on it, and so I'm wondering if you can't get to the bobcat, how we're going to get to the bobcat. So I thought it might be better just to talk directly to you. My number is 813-493. You can give me a call at your earliest convenience. Thank you. Bye-bye. Well, 2.5 hour drive to Estero, Florida, and I'm down here looking for an injured bobcat. The people keep insisting that it's bigger than a bobcat, and I just found some tracks that were as wide across as my foot, and they look rounded like maybe a Florida panther, and they said they saw it in the woods and it was dragging a leg, and I cannot find this cat for anything. I found what looks like a drag mark, like maybe where it's been dragging his leg, but I got to the end of that, and then it gets into a lot of sticks and stuff. And then I lose track of it. So they said they're going to come out here and meet me, so we'll see if they show up before it gets completely dark, and hopefully we can find this cat, get it some help. I'm out here waiting for the guy who said that he saw this cat, and I just saw some vultures, which is really weird because it's like almost 6 o'clock. And I think I see they just pulled up.
And they don't have a tail. This one had a long tail.
Did it look like that?
Yep, that's their cat.
What is it?
It's a bobcat.
I don't know, but it looked a lot like, but it didn't. It wasn't. It was so quick, and I don't know. It looked a lot like that right there.
No, we didn't find the bobcat. We found bobcat tracks and found Florida panther tracks, which was exciting, but never did find the bobcat. And Jeff came back out with his wife, Julie, and he took me right back to the exact spot where they had seen the cat. And so that gave us a starting point. I'd been tromping around in there for over an hour before they got there while we still had some light. Those woods were full of poison ivy. And of course I had to wear my little short pants today to work. So I know my legs are just going to be covered in it. I'm going to go do all of the remedy stuff, but that never seems to be enough to keep me from contracting poison ivy. Gosh, I hate poison ivy. Here's the irony of subdivision called Wildcat Run, built right where the wildcats live, or used to. It's a little too ironic. Well, I really do think. Well, as if this didn't suck enough, now the check engine light is on, and I'm out in the middle of Estero, Florida, which is like the middle of nowhere. Jeff said they were there to repair that fence today alongside the road, and apparently the fence had been doing a pretty good job of keeping the wildlife back away from the road. There was a huge culvert there that it's been so dry. I'm sure the bobcat was using the culvert going back and forth, but once the fence was torn apart, then the cat was probably like, well, it's a lot easier to go across the road than through this culvert, and ended up getting hit, is my guess. Here I crawled in those thickets that weren't more than 1.5 to 2 feet high. My hair and my clothes are just covered in burrs. It's going to be a real delight to try and get those all out of my hair tonight. Man, I feel bad for that cat. Well, I'm on the last stretch on the way home. My knuckles are white from clenching the steering wheel of this 1998 van. We got this van back in 1998. My parents bought it for the sanctuary because our old van, which was I think it was a Ford, caught fire. It was so old. So they replaced it with this Dodge Ram back in 1998, and now it's got 98,000 miles on it. And the whole life of this van, it has just shook and shimmied and waved all over the road. You just have to constantly be doing this little adjustment with the steering wheel to keep it going in a straight line. I absolutely hate driving this van, but it seemed like the best option for today for hopefully trying to rescue that bobcat down in Estero, Florida. I'm so sad that we weren't able to find the poor bobcat. It just breaks my heart knowing that he's out there in need of help and I just could not find him. The only solace in that is that hopefully he's in good enough shape that he can still heal himself and